Anything that causes an organism to react. Stimulus. A stimulus is something in the environment that triggers a response from an organism.
Imagine being in a crowded room and suddenly hearing your name spoken across the room. Just like how hearing your name grabs your attention and prompts a reaction, a stimulus in science is anything that causes an organism to respond or react. In this analogy, your name being spoken serves as the stimulus, and your heightened awareness or turning your head is the reaction, illustrating how stimuli work by eliciting responses from organisms.
A nerve cell that carries impulses in the nervous system. Neuron. In simple terms, a neuron is a specialized cell that sends and receives messages within the brain and nervous system.
Imagine trying to send a message to a friend across a crowded room. Just like how you might pass the message along through a series of people until it reaches your friend, a neuron transmits nerve impulses through a network of cells to communicate within the nervous system. In this analogy, each person in the room acts like a neuron, passing the message or impulse from one to another, ensuring it travels successfully to its destination, much like how a neuron carries impulses to help the body respond to stimuli.
A thread-like extension of a neuron that receives impulses from other neurons. Dendrite. A dendrite is a part of a nerve cell that collects signals from other cells to help the brain communicate and process information.
Imagine trying to manage a group chat with friends where everyone is sending messages at once. Just as you have to focus on each message to understand what everyone is saying, dendrites act like the attentive reader in a group chat, receiving and processing incoming signals from other neurons. Each message in the chat is like an impulse from another neuron, and the dendrite's role is to catch and interpret each one, ensuring clear communication within the brain's network.
An extension of the neuron that carries messages away from the nerve cell body. Axon. An axon is a part of a nerve cell that helps send information to other cells.
Imagine you're trying to send a message to a friend who lives across town using a long piece of string and two cups, like an old-fashioned telephone. The string acts much like an axon in a neuron, serving as the pathway that carries your spoken message from your cup to your friend's cup, just as the string carries the vibrations of your voice over a distance. The axon transmits electrical signals away from the nerve cell body to communicate with other neurons or muscles. In both cases, the goal is to ensure the message travels efficiently from the sender to the receiver, highlighting the axon's role as the messenger pathway in the nervous system.
The small gap where impulses travel from one neuron's axon to another neuron's dendrite. Synapse. A synapse is a tiny junction where nerve signals are passed between neurons, allowing them to communicate.
Imagine trying to pass a note to a friend sitting across the room without leaving your seat. Just like how you need to find a clever way to get that note across the gap, synapses allow nerve impulses to bridge the gap between neurons. In this analogy, the note is like the neurotransmitter. Your hand represents the axon of the first neuron, and your friend's hand is the dendrite of the second neuron, with the space in between being the synaptic gap that must be crossed for the message to be received.
The brain and spinal cord, which form the control center of the nervous system. Central nervous system. The central nervous system controls all the activities of the body by processing and sending signals between the brain and body.
Imagine trying to coordinate a large, chaotic family gathering where everyone needs to know what to do and where to go. Just like the brain and spinal cord direct and manage the body's activities, you need a central point of control to relay instructions and keep things organized. In this analogy, The brain is akin to the family organizer who plans and makes decisions, while the spinal cord acts like the main communication line, ensuring messages from the organizer reach all family members efficiently, keeping the event running smoothly.
The organ that is the control center of the nervous system. The brain is the body's main command center that controls thoughts, emotions, and movement.
Imagine trying to manage a busy household where everyone has different tasks, schedules, and responsibilities. Just like a homeowner who coordinates chores, meal times, and activities to ensure everything runs smoothly, the brain acts as the control center that organizes and directs all activities within the nervous system. In this analogy, the brain is like a diligent homeowner, orchestrating the body's functions and responses to keep everything in balance, ensuring that each room or body part operates efficiently and harmoniously.
The largest part of the brain, it controls the senses, learning, movement, and memory, cerebrum. The cerebrum is the brain region responsible for processing information and guiding key functions like thinking and moving.
Imagine trying to organize a chaotic closet filled with clothes, shoes, and accessories, each requiring its own place for easy access. The cerebrum functions like the organizer of this closet, managing and arranging different aspects of our lives, such as senses, learning, movement, and memory. Just as you need to sort and allocate specific sections for each item to find them quickly and efficiently, the cerebrum sorts and processes information, ensuring that sensory input, learned skills, motor functions, and memories are all in their rightful place for us to function seamlessly.
The part of the brain that coordinates movement and balance, cerebellum. The cerebellum is like the brain's helper, making sure our movements are smooth and we keep our balance.
Imagine trying to walk on a crowded street while keeping your coffee from spilling as you dodge people and obstacles. Just as you need to coordinate your steps and maintain balance to avoid spills and collisions, the cerebellum works in a similar way to ensure precise control over your movements and balance. In this analogy, you are like the cerebellum, seamlessly coordinating actions, your steps, and maintaining balance, keeping the coffee steady to navigate through a complex environment without mishaps.
The nerves that carry signals between the entire body and the central nervous system. Peripheral nervous system. It is a network of nerves outside the brain and spine that connects the rest of the body to the central nervous system.
Imagine trying to coordinate a large family gathering where everyone is spread out in different locations. Just like you would need messengers to relay information between family members to ensure everyone knows when and where to meet, the peripheral nervous system acts as these messengers, carrying signals between the entire body and the central nervous system. In this analogy, the family members represent different parts of the body. The central nervous system is the main organizer or head of the family, and the peripheral nerves are the messengers ensuring everyone stays informed and connected.
The part of the nervous system that controls involuntary actions, autonomic nervous system. It is the system that automatically manages things your body does without you thinking, like breathing, heart rate, and digestion.
Imagine you're at a busy airport, trying to catch a flight, and everything seems to run smoothly without you having to manage each detail yourself, like checking in your luggage or directing the plane. This is similar to how the autonomic nervous system works in your body, taking care of essential functions like your heartbeat and digestion without your conscious control. Just as the airport has systems and staff that handle the logistics of your flight, ensuring everything operates seamlessly without your direct involvement, the autonomic nervous system manages involuntary actions to keep your body running efficiently without you needing to think about it.
The structure that connects the brain to the spinal cord, it includes the pons and the medulla oblongata. Brainstem. The brainstem controls vital functions like breathing and heart rate.
Imagine trying to coordinate a busy family road trip with everyone in separate cars, where communication is key to making sure everyone stays on the right route and arrives at the destination safely. The brainstem functions like the central dispatcher in this scenario, ensuring that messages between the brain, the family planner, and the body, the drivers, are efficiently relayed and understood. Just as a dispatcher connects and directs all vehicles on the road, the brainstem connects the brain to the spinal cord and includes components like the pons and medulla oblongata, which help regulate essential functions and coordinate signals between different parts of the nervous system.
An automatic response to stimulus without conscious control, like a blink or blush. Reflex. In science, a reflex is a quick and involuntary reaction of the body to a specific trigger, like a knee jerk when tapped.
Imagine you're walking in the park, and suddenly a strong gust of wind blows dust into your eyes, making you blink involuntarily. Just as your body reacts instinctively to protect your eyes from harm, a reflex is an automatic response to a stimulus without you having to think about it. In this scenario, the wind is like the stimulus, your eyes blinking is the reflex action, and your conscious mind is bypassed, just as it is in reflex actions, such as a blink or a blush.
The structure in the eye that focuses light onto the retina. Eye lens. The eye lens is a clear, flexible component that helps you see by focusing light onto the retina.
Imagine trying to read a book in a dimly lit room, struggling to find the perfect angle under a lamp to clearly see the words. Just as you need to adjust the light and angle to focus on the text, the lens in your eye adjusts to focus light onto your retina for clear vision. In this analogy, the book represents the retina. The lamp is the light entering your eye, and the perfect angle is the adjustment your eye's lens makes to provide clear and focused sight.
The transparent front part of the eye through which light enters it. Cornea. The cornea is the clear, dome-shaped surface that covers the front of the eye and helps focus light onto the retina.
Imagine trying to look out a window that has a thin layer of dust on it. It makes everything outside appear slightly blurred and dull. Similarly, the cornea is like that window, but in this case, it's perfectly clean and clear, allowing light to enter your eye sharply and vividly. Just as a dust-free window ensures you see the world outside clearly, the cornea's transparency ensures that light enters your eye accurately, enabling you to see your surroundings with clarity.
The opening at the center of the iris through which light enters the eye. Pupil. The pupil is the adjustable opening in the eye that controls how much light enters.
Imagine trying to adjust the blinds in a room to let in just the right amount of sunlight so you can see comfortably without being blinded. This is similar to how the pupil in your eye works. It adjusts its size to control the amount of light entering the eye, ensuring you can see clearly without being overwhelmed by brightness. Just like you manipulate the blinds to manage light levels, in a room, your pupil expands or contracts to regulate the light entering your eye, maintaining optimal vision.
The colored part of the eye, it controls how much light enters the eye. Iris. The iris is a ring-shaped tissue that adjusts the size of the pupil to regulate the amount of light entering the eye.
Imagine trying to watch a movie on your phone outside on a sunny day. Just like you adjust the brightness settings on your phone to make the screen visible, the iris in your eye adjusts to control the amount of light that enters. The iris is like the phone's brightness control, expanding or contracting to let in just the right amount of light so you can see clearly, whether it's bright or dim around you.
The light-sensitive layer at the back of the eye, it contains rods and cones. Retina. The retina is a part of the eye that detects light and sends signals to the brain to create visual images.
Imagine trying to catch the right episode of your favorite TV show without a guide to tell you when it's on. Just as you rely on the TV guide to decipher which shows are playing and when, the retina serves as your eye's guide, interpreting light into signals your brain can understand. The rods and cones in the retina are like the guide's listings. Rods help you see in low light, like finding the right show at night, while cones let you see colors clearly, ensuring you enjoy the full spectrum of your favorite episodes.
A fluid-filled spiral structure in the ear that converts sound vibrations into nerve impulses. Cochlea. The cochlea is a part of the inner ear that helps us hear by transforming sound into signals the brain can understand.
Imagine trying to find a specific song on a radio station amidst a lot of static. Much like how a radio tuner filters through various frequencies to bring you a clear song, the cochlea in your ear filters sound vibrations, converting them into signals your brain can understand. Just as the radio's tuner discerns and amplifies the desired music from noise, the cochlea spirals with fluid and tiny hair cells that pick up sound vibrations, translating them into nerve impulses that your brain interprets as sound.